Welcome to One-on-One, where we'll connect with some of the key decision makers and influential executives in sports, media, and technology. Today's guest is Rich Haddad, who is the Chief Operating and Legal Officer of the Detroit Pistons. Rich, welcome and thanks for joining me today.
Good morning, Kyle. Thanks for having me.
First off, congrats on being named to Sports Business Journal's class of 2022 for 40 Under 40. An amazing accomplishment and a much-deserved honor.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Diving right in, what does this honor mean to you?
I think for me, Kyle, it's really a credit to all the great people I've had an opportunity to work with and learn from over the years and the impact we've been able to make together.
Awesome. Before kind of going through a couple follow-up questions to that, let's look back at your career a little bit. Yeah. You've been with the Pistons for over 10 years now, yeah, right? So, which I'm sure has flown by. But what was your journey like to get to the current spot?
Yeah, it's been a great 10 years. We've had a lot of change. We've been kind of on this constant upward trajectory to get to where we are now, and we've laid a great foundation, and we're excited to continue to build on that. My trajectory, I worked at a law firm out of law school. I worked at Proskauer Rose for a few years. I had the opportunity to work with great people there and get some great experiences there. In the sports world as a litigator, I moved over to the Pistons. After new ownership came in, our owner Tom Gores and his team about 11 years ago, and it's been a great ride since then.
Awesome. What would you say of, I know your role probably encompasses way more than the title actually, leads you to believe, but like, what is your favorite part of what you do?
Yeah, I think it's the opportunity to, again, work with great people, be a part of a team, be a part of something bigger than myself, and use that to make an impact on the community we have here and to bring people together. That's to me the coolest part about what we all do.
Awesome. What was the moment in your career, looking back on it, right, that kind of confirmed or assured you, like, hey, you're where you're supposed to be in the sports industry?
Yeah, I remember my first boss at the Pistons used to tell me, if you walk into the arena every day to come to the office, if that doesn't get you fired up, you're in the wrong place. And 10 years later, that's something that I still think about. And every day I walk into the office, into our Pistons Performance Center, I'm excited to be there. I'm fired up to get to do what I do, and I'm fortunate to have that opportunity.
Great. You touched on it earlier when kind of talking about what the honor meant to you. And, mentorship, leadership, people that you've worked with, teammates, all that. Like, who has been a mentor to you, and then what does that mentorship mean to you?
Yeah, I've been fortunate and I've been lucky in my career to learn from a lot of great mentors, but one of them, and the primary one, is my current boss, Aaron Tellem. And, he's been a great leader, he's been a great mentor, he's been someone I so appreciate learning from and having the opportunity to work with. And to me, I think about mentorship as a way to broaden your impact, a way to pay it forward, and it's something I've benefited from and something I'm committed to.
Great. We touched on the fun part of the job earlier, right? But yeah, what would you say has been the most difficult part of your career, and then, or a challenge that you had to overcome, and then how did you get through it?
Yeah, I can look back at a lot of deals that fell through or disputes that weren't resolved the way we would have liked, but throughout it all, I've always tried to keep a broad perspective and tried to focus on controlling what I can control and to play the long game on all of it. And, as part of doing this, there's always going to be highs and lows, but I try not to let any of that affect my focus and my work and my effort. And that's kind of what I've tried to be consistent about throughout.
Awesome. What would you say is your why, your reason for doing what you do?
Yeah, I think, it goes back to a lot of what we've touched on, Kyle. To me, it's about how do I make the most of every opportunity that I have, that we have as a team and as an organization. It's an individual approach, it's a team approach. And it goes back to working to maximize the impact that I can have and that we can have on the community and on our fan base.
Perfect. Theme in this, mentorship, career journey, how you got here. I guess looking back on it too, what is the best piece of advice that you would have for people getting into the industry?
Yeah, I think the best piece of advice I have is to focus on developing your talent, developing your craft, build your experiential base, control what you can control, and make the most of every opportunity. And as long as you do all that and you do good work, that's going to be a great starting point. It's going to open a lot of doors, and it's going to put you in position to walk through those doors when they do open.
Great. Well, Thanks, Rich, for joining me today. I really appreciate the time. I know you're busy. Again, the season tipped off last night with a big win, which is great.
Big win. Good day here in Detroit today.
Hopefully there's a lot more of them coming this season. But for joining me on the one-on-one, and congratulations again on being named to Sports Business Journal's 40 Under 40.
Thank you, Kyle. My pleasure, and talk soon.
Take care.
Take care.